Okay, so we're gonna start with free and clear. Where's my pen? So free and clear is basically they don't own anything on the property. It's completely clean. What I found is that free and clear is great for properties. I mean, for people that are, how can I say it? Free and clear is great for people that got their properties inherited, people that say grandma passed it on to her grandson, and grandson unfortunately did a lot of drugs and gave it away, or can't make the property taxes. It's free and clear, but usually people that are in free and clear situations can't pay their property taxes, or they get a lien on the property. Say they add solar to it and they can't pay it. Say they have a credit card lien on it or a judgment. They tend to go after properties that are just properties in general, but free and clear properties, the way that I like to search for them is like this. I like to go for the year 1970 or earlier. The only reason why free and clear I go this route, you could even change this to 1990. I would go 1970 to 1990 or earlier. Again, it all depends on the city that you're going to be searching up. Some cities will have more, some cities will have less. The ownership is the big one here. So ownership, minimum 10 to 15 years. Sometimes I do 15 years. The reason why I do 15 years is because, like I said, this property is paid off. This property is paid off. So this property being paid off, I don't want to target people that have just been an owner for 6 months or 2 years or 1 year. That gives me a red flag. The reason why that gives me a red flag is because I start to think, is this another investor who just bought it? Why did they just buy it? Or what's going on? It makes no sense that it's been free and clear and they've only owned it for a year or two. So something's off. So I want the owner who has ownership of the property to be owner for at least 10 to 15 years. Now, building size, I go 2,000 square foot or less. The reason why I do building size 2,000 square foot or less is because usually free and clears, and them being from 1970 or 1990 or earlier, the owner has been there for 10 to 15 years, means that we're usually going to be paying cash for these prices. For these properties, we're going to usually be paying cash. Now, I want to fix and flip this property. If I'm paying cash for it, usually I like to fix and flip it. If I'm buying a property that's from 1970 or 1990 or earlier, that means that property is old. It needs some money to be put into it. Now, I don't want to go after properties that are over 2,000, just because if I keep it below 2,000, I know that the properties that I'm going to be getting are going to be smaller homes or like regular size homes. Even a 4-bedroom house is like 1,700 square foot. Do you get what I'm saying? So 2,000 and lower. Now, let's see the next one. Okay, so now another thing that you could do is ownership info. I like to go individual. You can also go, whenever you're pulling the list, you could pull individual people, you could pull corporations, you could pull trusts. So there's different things that you can pull. The reason why I like to pull individual is because that means a corporation doesn't own it. And sometimes even regular people will put their property in an LLC or will put their property in a trust. So that's normal. But people that are usually more in the individual side are more like mom and pop, just a regular person who just handed it over to their kids. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So I got the ownership 10, 15 years, 2,000 square foot. Now, I would do price, value. Again, this is, you could do it or you could not do it. This is just something that I do some every once in a while on some properties or on some filtering, because there's so many free and clear. Free and clear, if I look up all Bakersfield free and clear, I'll probably get like 50,000. So there's so many that I want to bring the criteria down. Now, me looking for properties that are valued at 150,000 or less really helps me, because now they start falling into this criteria. They've been an owner for 10 to 15 years. We know that it's 2,000 square foot or less. It's an individual who owns it, 150,000 or less, 1990 or earlier. With that being put, we could find properties that we could buy for cash for 80,000, 90,000, 75,000, 60,000. You get what I'm saying? We could buy a lot. We could fix and flip, fix and flip, fix and flip. Again, this is completely optional. Everything's completely optional. This 2,000 square foot is completely optional. This individual. The cool thing is that as you're filtering, start to look at, play with it a little bit. Click on the individual, see how many results you get. 3,000. Click on corporation, see how many results you get. 3,500. You got a little bit more. Okay, now you know 500 in there are corporation. You know 3,000 in there are individual. Now, that's what I'm saying. It just depends. Tweak it. Instead of 10 years, do 15 years. Say you want to pull 1,000 leads, and you write this criteria with 10 years. You write this criteria and you have a total of 3,000 leads that come back. Now, you could only pull back 1,000. So let's get more in depth. Instead of 10 years, let's do 15 years. This makes this person an even of a higher target. And instead of 3,000, you're looking at 1,386, because now you're going for people that are 15 years and over. But now you are able to pull a little bit more of a stronger list. You get what I'm saying? That you got to be able to tweak little things. You got to be able to move things around, adjust things, see what works, see what doesn't work. Again, this business requires a lot of repetitive and trial and error. You're not going to be perfect the first time around. You're going to see what works, what doesn't work. Whenever you get a lead, figure out what generated that lead. Did I get this lead from texting? Did I get this lead from texting? Did I get this lead from driving for dollars? Did I get this lead from a free and clear? Did I get this lead? Because if you know you got it from a free and clear, then it helps you know what to search for the next time. You get what I'm saying? What's up, Dre?
Hey, do you want some La Fonda?
Yeah, I'll take